Things I found weird or very interesting about the most recent chapter of One Piece, but of course, if you're not caught up to chapter 1142, then scroll on. So we've been getting a lot of double intros, and what do I mean by that? I mean when we get an introduction for a character in a chapter, and then in that same exact chapter, the character is reintroduced again with a more informative name card. This also happened back in chapter 1139 with Mr. Ya, aka Scopper Gaban. And my reasoning for pointing this out is it seems very interesting narratively to, in one singular chapter, introduce somebody twice. To me, it'd make a lot more sense if maybe Mr. Tusk was introduced like 5 chapters ago, but then when it becomes important to know that he was actually a former pirate, that's when we get that information. And then you get the full info card. It's just odd that within a few pages, we are getting 2 separate introductions that give us a lot more information. It kind of makes this one feel like a waste if it wasn't for the other 2 people that they were introducing. Which even still, Miss Angie's already been introduced. Next, we have Mr. Wolf telling Saul that he needs to be careful and not to touch the children. Does that mean that whatever's put them to sleep, aka Killingham, is like contagious, or are they going to just go berserk if you touch them? Like, what is it that actually beat the heck out of them? Was it just these kids inherently? I have no idea, but put a pin in that. Another seemingly out of character thing for Saul telling them not to alert the entire country that kids are getting kidnapped, or at the very least, falling asleep and marching away somewhere. That's weird. Why not alert the authorities? But shout out Tusk having them do it anyway. Loki says if you want to save Elbaf, you need to undo this final cuff, which is again pointing out that Loki seems to have the greater good of Elbaf in mind. It's not giving big bad guy of the arc, I don't know. Next we have all the things that the kids are scared of, specifically this kid's mom. Like, how do you think this kid's mom power scales in reference to Goku? Because she's gotta be a problem. But for real though, this goes to show how folklore really influences culture. These are the things that all the kids are scared of. And technically, a lot of these things are quote-unquote mythological, i.e. they're not roaming around the world day to day, something that you can see all the time, like being scared of lions and tigers and bears, oh my. We also get another reference that all versions of Nika don't seem to be good versions of Nika, i.e. Nika could be the destroyer and these kids are genuinely scared of them. Of course, here at the end, we get this entire mural where all these fears are actually coming to life. And while those are all pretty obviously interesting, the more interesting parts are the below panels. We get a soft confirmation that it's Killingham putting the kids to sleep, and it's Sommers making these nightmarish creatures come to life. And then lastly, that Gunko is most scared of Nika than anything else, which really seems to drive home the fact that Gunko has been indoctrinated by the Holy Knights and the hierarchy that all go back to Emu, because Emu's greatest fear is also Nika. But guys, there is so many more things I could go into for this chapter. If you would like a more in-depth breakdown of this chapter and some more theory crafting, I do have long-form content over on the red play button app. And we do live streams every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the new chapter. Come hang out. And of course, let me know what you think in the comments.